Okay, we've got maybe 30 seconds or so. So now we're going to turn it over to Lavender Joy and take us through your passion and life and whatever you want to share. Lavender Joy.
Okay, great.
Glad you're here.
Sharon, a little bit later on in my presentation, I'm going to need to be able to share my screen.
You can do that at any time.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to get it out of the way. I'm nervous. um, so who am I? I am a woman who values love, compassion, healing, integrity, and respect. I practice aromatherapy morning, noon, and night. I eat, drink, sleep, and play essential oils. Um, and I use my essential oils in every area of my life and every area of my training. So I have been trained in many different areas. I am a pet sitter. I am a retired chef. I am a cosmetologist esthetician. I have been a breastfeeding counselor, an HIV educator. I am a Reiki practitioner, not a Reiki master, but I am a Reiki practitioner. I am an angel oracle card reader, and I teach beginners meditation, which I call noisy head meditation, because so many people say, I can't meditate, my head's too noisy, there's too much noise in there. And I show them that they can indeed meditate and start from the ground floor. So I incorporate essential oils in all of these areas. And um, a really neat thing has been happening since I took Sharon's finance course, the one to boost our career. And um, I had kind of not been doing most of these things, but people have been getting in touch with me. I have several pet sitting engagements. I have a friend who has had me come over and help her to recover from surgery, and I'm getting to use my essential oils in her diffuser for her pets who get anxious. You know, when there's anxiety in the house, everybody gets it. And her teenage son, he doesn't know that I am dosing him with essential oils, so that's a wonderful thing. um it's just, and even today I had um a meeting with a woman who was interested in essential oils, and then her husband came into the room and she's like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to purchase anything today. And he was telling her that she cannot spend money. So anyway, I was like, okay, that I planted a seed and whatever happens, happens. She called me back and she said, my husband's not home. And look, he's not abusive, but he likes to control the money and he's out spending money. And I really want to purchase this. So I'm going to go ahead and make this purchase. So I just, all types of little things like this are falling into place and people are being attracted to me. I really think that a big part of it is um, my learning about reciprocity and creating that reservoir and allowing the good to flow into the reservoir and into my life. Um, when as a child, I was physically, sexually, and emotionally very extremely abused. And I have spent over 30 years recovering from that trauma. But it's more than just recovering, because not only have I done various types of specialized therapy, but I've done a lot of healing modalities. I've experienced a lot of different healing. And I've done a lot of personal growth and development through reading books and also personal growth and development courses. And I was a very hurt, felt like I was broken soul. And what I have gotten to see as I've been healing and growing and learning is that the depth to which I experience pain is the level to which I can experience joy now. And I sometimes think that I have a greater capacity than the average person to experience joy because such a deep, deep place was opened up inside of me. So that's kind of the benefit of being on this healing journey. Life has become an adventure. I have two grown children. My son is 35 and my daughter is 33. And I have a 3-year-old grandson. My son is divorced from his wife and she is from India. So she took my grandson back to India. And my son sold his house and his business is online so he can work from anywhere in the world. He moved to India because it's that important to him to be a father to his son. And I'm very touched and inspired by that. And I was estranged from my children for 12 years. Big, long, blah story. But the bottom line is that one, where my son is concerned, he's so much like me. So, so, so much like me without even being together. He's like a mini me. And when I did have them in my life until they were like around 10 and 12. Um, and I was able to really affect them. And I get to see that now, how they are in their adult lives. My daughter is married and she's a dentist, and she and I are working to create a loving, powerful relationship with each other. And it's going slow, but I have more with her than I've had in a very long time. And that's really the bottom line. That's what matters. Um, I guess to kind of describe myself, I'm someone who cares very much about people and animals and the environment. And that's how and why essential oils have come to serve me um, so well. I make my own products. So on my emails, if I have emailed any of you, it says Lavender Joy, the DIY maven, because I do all kinds of DIY, and I want to share with you some of that stuff that I do because I bet that almost all of you, if not all of you, will hear ways that essential oils can be used that you never thought of before. For instance, they can be used for mood, they can be used to support mental health. There's a such thing as emotional aromatherapy. The essential oils are used to help support our emotions. They can be used for grounding, for spiritual connection, for illnesses of all kinds, for appetite control, and also I recently prescribed something to someone for to increase her appetite. Um, Essential oils can be used for respiratory issues and snoring and skin issues, rashes, bug bites, dry skin, oily skin, cuts, scars, hair care products. I make all of my health and beauty products. Essential oils can be used for perfume, and I cook with essential oils. I make my laundry detergent and all of my cleaning supplies, insect repellent, and essential oils can even be used as an aphrodisiac. Um, some of the qualities that make the essential oils able to do so many things that they have. Each oil is a little bit different in its makeup, but they are actually anti-tumoral, anti-carcinogenic, antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, and anti-infectious. And there's probably a couple more antis that I didn't uh, ca- capture. Um, but the essential oils are extracted from plants, grasses, root systems, trees, the branches of trees, the fruit from trees, the flower from trees, and basically Mother Nature, we know, knows how to take care of herself, right? And so every plant has its own protective system internally. And when we extract the essential oils from the plant, we are able to use to get the qualities that serve the plant to serve us as human beings. So essential oils work on a cellular level. And when they penetrate the cells in the body, they know what to do. Our body knows what's needed. The essential oils know what to do, and they just go to work and help balance out the systems. So, for instance, the essential oils in many plants are insecticides. They repel the bugs. So we mix several essential oils to make amazing bug repellent. Um, and they support hormone systems, just all the systems. It's just absolutely amazing, as you can tell, how much essential oils can do. Um, I choose doTERRA essential oils, and this is not a commercial. But what all essential oils are not created equally. So there are many, unfortunately, many essential oils that have synthetic ingredients in them. There are many oils that have ingredients that are used to stretch the essential oil so they're not as potent as they can possibly be. The essential oils that I use are put under strict testing circumstances and from doTERRA as well as third party testing. And those test results are made available to the public. And if you are dealing with essential oils and the essential oil company does not do testing, um, GCMS testing stands for gas chromatograph mono blah blah blah. Not important, but it those tests tell you exactly what's in the essential oil and also breaks down into all the chemical constituents that are in each essential oil. And for a company to be above board and pure and potent, they need to make all of that available to you. Also, on essential oils, they're always labeled, right? And some of them are labeled maybe for aromatic use only. That's a red flag because essential oils should be able to be used topically. And doTERRA essential oils are so pure and potent, they can also be used internally, which I'll tell you a little bit more about the three of those in a little bit. Um, and when an oil can be used topically and internally, that's a good indication that it's nice and pure and there's not synthetics going on in there. So, hopefully, some of you have not purchased oils like from Walmart and Amazon and all those cheapy teepy ones. Yeah, the price is nice, but you have no idea what you're getting inside the bottle. um, and it's important because if you're using essential oils with synthetics, that's no better than using medicine and chemicals that have toxins in them. So um, also, the doTERRA essential oils are indigenously sourced and sustainably sourced. And so that makes for more potent essential oil in that the plants are grown where they're indigenously from. So the soil is made to nourish those plants. And the climate and all of the activity that happens around these plants is all tailored for those plants. That's why they live in each of the places that they live. And so doTERRA travels into 45 different countries to source all of their essential oils. And about two-thirds of those countries are um oh my gosh, I just got a brain fart. They are impoverished, and so um what doTERRA does is go into these third world countries and help the people to earn fair wages, get rid of the middlemen, help the people to um, create co-ops with each other so that the farmers and the harvesters and the distillers are all getting fair wages. They're getting treated well. They're getting directly paid and paid on time. And also, doTERRA's foundation, Helping Hands, helps to bring in running water to these villages and helps to build schools and medical clinics, and also provides feminine hygiene. A lot of these third world countries, the women can't go out to work when they have their period. They have to stay home because they have no products to use. And the girls, they can't go to school because they don't have products. So doTERRA Helping Hands Foundation supplies reusable sanitary hygiene for women and girls to make it possible for them to go out and work and to go to school. And also, doTERRA Helping Hands provides microloans to women so that they can start their own companies, selling their jewelry or their baskets or whatever it is that they can make. So these are all reasons why I choose doTERRA essential oils, and I suggest that you do too. And again, not necessarily a commercial, just it's good stuff. Um, so now I am going to share my screen and bear with me. Okay, okay. Go to my slideshow. There we go. Welcome to Essential Oils Made Easy by Lavender Joy, the DIY maven. And I'm not going to give you my whole workshop, but I wanted to give you some bits and pieces so that you have key points and you have a sense of what I do. So, oh, my mouse is very touchy. There are three cool things about essential oils. They are safe, they're 100% natural, that you don't end up with addictions or with side effects. Um, they are extracts from plants and provide amazing health benefits, as I went over before. And um, doTERRA essential oils are certified pure therapeutic grade. What does that mean? That's actually a distinction that doTERRA has created because there are no agencies that govern essential oils. And so doTERRA is showing you that they're upfront and they're transparent and pure and potent. Um, I'm not going to go into. I have like the different oils listed, but I'm not going to go into the effects of particular oils unless when we go into questions. If you have any questions about what particular oils would be used for what, or what are the qualities of peppermint oil, I'd be glad to answer those questions for you. The second cool thing about essential oils is they're effective. So this little thing in the center of the screen is a cell. And the cells of the body have an oily membrane on the outside. And viruses are inside of that oily membrane, which is the orangey thing inside, represents a virus. Antibiotics are water soluble, and so they can't penetrate the fatty membrane of the cells. Essential oils are fat soluble, they're oils, and they can penetrate the cell, and that's how they are antiviral. So, in many cases, essential oils can be even more effective than Western medicine. And I'm not knocking Western medicine, it has its place, absolutely. But one of the reasons I love essential oils is because I have the power to take my health and well being, my family and friends' health and well being into my own hands. And that's just absolutely thrilling. So the little purple thing is a bacteria, and bacteria are outside of that oily cell membrane. And that's why antibiotics can kill bacteria, but they can't kill the virus. And the third cool thing about essential oils is that they're affordable. Some people think, oh, they're so expensive because a 15 milliliter bottle of lavender oil, which is a half of an ounce, costs about $23. But it has 240 drops in it. And the thing that always amazes me is the business that I deal with, a dose is one drop. I deal with one drop at a time. And so it's pennies per dose to treat anything with essential oils. And the bottles last for quite a while. And they each have a expiration date on the bottom of them, so you don't have to worry about it. Most of the essential oils last for at least 2 years. Um, so it's very easy to save a lot of money on medical costs, co-pays, and going to the doctor and buying your prescriptions if you choose to try essential oils before you run to the doctor and run to medicine. The next thing is 3 ways to use essential oils. So there's aromatic, which is A, and the A you find on all the doTERRA literature. You find an A, an I, and a T for aromatic, internal, or topical. So aromatically, what does that mean? There's a couple ways that oils can be used aromatically. There's a picture here of a diffuser, and that's one of the most common ways to experience essential oils aromatically. So we put water to a fill line and then put a few drops of essential oil, and it breaks the essential oil and the water into teeny tiny molecules that go out into the air and affect the surfaces of your house and affect every being that is breathing in these lovely essential oils. Some of you may or may not have heard rumors that they're not safe to diffuse around animals, but they are very safe to diffuse around animals. You just need to make sure that the animal can come and go from the room at their own will. Animals know what they need and they choose it. And I actually can take out 2 essential oils and present them with the lid on to a dog, and they will show me which one that they want at the present moment. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Um, so another way to use essential oils aromatically is what we call the human diffuser. So you take your hand, put 1 drop of essential oil, rub your hands together, and cup them in front of your nose and mouth. And then we suggest taking 10 deep breaths and allow yourself to feel the effects of the essential oil. When breathing essential oils aromatically, it actually takes 22 seconds to get to your olfactory system. And within 20 minutes, the essential oils are completely in your bloodstream. And like I said earlier, they're seeking, where do you need help? Where do you need help? We're going to help you. We're going to help you. So that's aromatic use. And then topical use. So what do we mean by that? Basically, rub where it hurts. So when a essential oil, a doTERRA essential oil is can be used topically, there it's indicated by a T, and most of the time we suggest that you dilute an essential oil because these are so pure and potent. And this is one instance where diluting the essential oil actually makes it more effective. essential oils are a volatile liquid. And what does that mean? That means that they evaporate into the air very, very quickly. And so when we use something like fractionated coconut oil, which is this little brown bottle here, um, it helps to dilute the essential oil, but it helps it to it creates an oil barrier, so it helps it to stay on the skin longer. So we like to do that, like for perfumes, where you want to smell good for longer, not just have it dissipate right away. So we dilute to make the scent last longer. We dilute to um, actually kind of make the essential oil time released, rather than you get what you get and then the rest of it dissipates. It gets to stay there. Fractionated coconut oil is simply coconut oil that has been processed so that it stays liquid and it does not solidify. One of the reasons that it's the most popular carrier oil is because um, it has a very, very long shelf life. And it is non comedogenic, which means it won't clog your pores. And it's actually very good for skin and hair. So, again, the effects of just the fractionated coconut oil are a plus for the body. And then add the essential oil, and you're good to go. So, that is topical. And then finally, we get to internal. And I only recommend doTERRA essential oils for internal use. There are other companies, and if you have oils, I'd be glad to go over them with you and let you know if they are. They will say on the bottle that they can be used internally, and it'll have supplement facts. Um, but um, I don't just automatically trust the essential oil companies, and there aren't that many that are labeled okay for internal use. So, how do we use essential oils internally? We can place essential oils into water. Now, they're oil soluble, so they don't dissipate in water. So when I put lemon essential oil into my water for to help my body detox, what I do is every time I go to take a sip, I shake it or stir it so to break up the drop of the essential oil. Also, when um, using essential oils in water or in any liquid, you only want to use stainless steel, glass, or ceramic. These essential oils are so pure and so potent and so good at finding toxins and working to destroy them that when you use plastic, they eat the toxins. They pull the toxins out of the plastic, and it eats the plastic and then puts the toxins into whatever product you're going to consume. So, glass, stainless steel, or ceramic is all you want to use. And we have little things that are veggie caps. You open it up, you put a few drops of essential oil, and I also put a little bit of a carrier oil, which olive oil is also a carrier oil. And you close up that capsule and swallow it down. I usually use veggie caps when an essential oil doesn't really taste good, such as oregano. Disgusting. It's really, really, really potent. And I do not recommend anybody tasting it any way, shape, or form. Um, and then you can also place essential oils, doTERRA essential oils, under your tongue. A friend of mine has a condition called Meniere's disease in her ear, and she gets vertigo a lot. And she takes a medication for it, and she ran out, and she asked me what she could use. So I told her put a drop of frankincense under her tongue. And 20 minutes later, she called me and said, the vertigo is gone. This stuff works better than any medicine I've ever taken for this. So that's just a little example of how wonderful frankincense is, which we call frankincense the king of oils because it can be used for so many things. Um, and that is my presentation for you. And I don't know how to exit. There we go.
There it is. You did it.
Okay. So I would like to answer any questions that you may have. Cinda?
So what was the oil that you said tasted awful? I didn't catch the name of that.
Oregano.
Oh, it does not. It's delicious.
Oh, have you tasted oregano essential oil? It
Yeah.
tastes delicious if you use a toothpick's worth in a whole batch of spaghetti sauce. But if you put a drop in your mouth, bleh.
I have found, and I want to ask you because you started to talk about the relationship between, the plants and the humans and all that at the beginning of your speech. And I have found, because I love essential oils right there with you. And do you find that you become intuitive about which oils, like they start to speak to you? Isn't that crazy? They start to speak to you. They start to tell you, like when you said the dogs know which ones they want. It's like I was wondering if you could elaborate on what that is like when you just know which oil is the right oil to use.
Yes, yes. Thanks for asking that, Cindy. That was a piece that I forgot to share with you. One of the things, the specialized things that I do that sets me apart from others is that I create custom blends for people. And so what I do is have a consultation with the person and find out what their needs are. If I need to research essential oils that are used for their particular issue, I will go ahead and do that. But more importantly, I will quiet myself, presence myself to that person, and allow my intuition to tell me exactly how to make a blend for that particular person and exactly how they're to use it. And for me, people don't ever ask me what's my favorite essential oil because it depends on the day. And when like before our class today, I was feeling nervous, and so I was like, which one? And I just presenced my essential oils, and I knew exactly which blend to go to and where to put it and what to do. And then I was sitting here thinking, what's that smell? And it's me. Did that answer your question, Cinda? Okay, does anyone else have any questions?
Yeah.
Spirit?
Lavender Joy, I already loved you, but I love you even more. You nailed it. Oh my God. And as a person myself that use plant medicine, herbs, essential oils myself, I'm actually starting to put together my own blend. So thank you for telling me about your vendor, and I have my essential oil book right now. And also as a nurse, how you threw in the picture of the cell and sat there with the viruses, the bacteria, talked about the cell walls, like even to just the average Joe Smo that has no idea, the way you put it all together so they cannot be afraid of it, and talk about the cost and price for this true healing. And it's not, the essential oils are not putting a band-aid on your problem. It's actually getting to the core and healing you, so you're actually enriching yourself. You did a phenomenal job. Like I said, me as a person that wears many hats, as a student, as a healer, as a nurse, you really did it. And with the time you had, oh, glorify you. Oh, I love you dearly. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Spirit. That means a lot. Yes, Arlie.
How did you get into this? What was your first exposure?
About 20 years ago, my sister was having problems with her knee, and she was using essential oils. And the doctors recommend there's something in your knee that starts with an M that ripped, meniscus. And the doctor was recommending surgery, and she absolutely refused to have surgery. And she was using the essential oils on there, and they were working. And I had arthritis in both of my knees, so I decided to start using them. And then I was like, I need to learn more about these. So I hooked myself up with a different essential oil company at the time, who Young Living. Their oils are also very high quality, and then I began to study and use them for all kinds of things. My sister was the brave one at first, because she was using them with the kids. The lavender essential oil, when they would get a boo-boo, instead of Bactine, she was using the lavender essential oil. And then we have a blend for a tummy ache, and she was using that on the kids for the tummy ache. And the kids got to the point where they would come and ask for the essential oils. And so I'm the kind of person that I like to study things. I love to learn and I love to study. And that was my beginning. And I just began to use them more and more and more and more. That answer your question? Anybody else have a question?
I was going to read Alex's comment. She said, several years ago, I was involved in a devastating lawsuit and was very unhappy with the outcome. A friend mailed me wild orange essential oil, and I started taking it and got great results. Now I keep it on hand and use it when I'm feeling overwhelmed.
Yes, wild orange is the best oil for anxiety. It's just amazing. And actually, just before we started this class back in, what was it, February?
Mm-hmm.
I was actually in a mental health program. I was in a program for trauma, and I gifted a lot of the people essential oils because I can't be silent. I was listening to them have struggles with sleep and all these struggles, and my medicine's not working, and I need to switch to this and that and this and that. And so when the course was over, I made up little packages for all of them, and they fell in love with the essential oils. And wild orange was the most common one that I gave out.
Beautiful.
Lavender Joy made a little blend for me when I was dealing with the tooth infection issues, and I never asked what was in it, but it was just so, I mean, even just opening the bottle and taking, just taking in the scent, it was just so soothing. Like it wasn't the physical qualities only. There were so many other qualities that went along with it, and whatever was in that blend was fabulous. And can I use it for other things?
Yes, it's good for pain. What I made for you was predominantly clove, and it had some other antiseptic, antibacterial, antiviral oils in there. But clove oil is great for a toothache. I'm sure some of you have heard of that. It numbs the gum. And it also is actually good for curbing the appetite.
So if someone wants to consult with you, how do we get in touch with you? Do you have a website?
I do not. I have a doTERRA website, so it just presents all the doTERRA products. I do not have a website that represents me as Lavender Joy and all the things that I do. So I communicate with people through texting and phone and email. And so you should have my email, and I will put my phone number in the chat.
And remember, we have also a Slack, a contained container that we can also use. So there's that would probably be really, any of that will be really good.
Yeah.
And we all have you should have access to all of the contact numbers right on the website for the Galactic too.
Oh, okay.
We did not put phone numbers there, but the email addresses are all there. And then the Slack has a direct link. And then if you want to do phone numbers, that would be great too. Okay.
Good job, Lavender. That was so much fun to hear about what you're doing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And your enthusiasm for it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So now we're going to take a 5-minute break because we're going to go to 3. We often go to, for an hour and for 2 hours. And so we're going to kind of bring this all together after we get back. So anything you want to say before the 5-minute break? Great job. Really good job, Lucinda.
Yeah,
and
thank you,
Zach.
Lavender Joy.
Really
That
good.
was great.
Okay, we'll see you in 5, which will be right up 2:30. It will be 30 after the hour, whatever your hour is. See you then.